The Red Meat Republic is authored by the American historian Joshua Specht and provides a detailed portrayal of how the United States relied on beef and the beef industry to shape its modern identity. In the book, Specht meticulously recounts the transformation of the American beef industry from a nomadic way of life into a vast, industrial system that extended beyond the borders of the United States. This process is closely intertwined with the country's economic development, social reforms, and environmental changes. The narrative begins in the late 19th century when both the wealthy and the poor in the United States aspired to enjoy high-quality fresh beef in every meal. Initially, beef production was predominantly small-scale and focused on local markets. However, with the development of railroad networks and advancements in refrigeration technology, beef production gradually became highly centralized, forming a nationwide industry centered around Chicago. This transformation not only altered the production methods but also led to market concentration and the emergence of large-scale slaughterhouses. During the American Civil War, the federal government needed to provide food for a large number of soldiers, including a substantial amount of beef. After the war, the U.S. government and white settlers began westward expansion, intensifying conflicts with Native American Indians and triggering the outbreak of Indian Wars. During this period, the strategic extermination of buffaloes became a tactic. The U.S. military and some government officials believed that eliminating buffaloes could weaken the survival capabilities of Native Americans, as buffaloes were a vital part of their traditional way of life. Commercially, with the expansion of railroads and advancements in meat processing technology, buffalo hunting also became a profitable venture. Massive hunting led to a drastic reduction in buffalo numbers from millions to near extinction. This not only altered the ecosystem of the American plains but also dealt a significant blow to Native American communities. The indigenous people lost their primary food source and cultural symbol, accelerating the demise of their way of life. With the decline in buffalo numbers, the cattle industry began to rise. This promoted the commercialization of beef as a commodity, especially with the assistance of expanding railroad networks and improving refrigeration technology. Beef gradually became a significant part of the American diet and an essential commodity in international trade. The events of this period resulted in significant changes in the western U.S. environment, including species disappearance and ecosystem alterations. In American history, cowboys played a crucial role, particularly in driving the development of the beef industry. They not only symbolize an important aspect of American culture but also serve as key drivers of progress in the beef supply chain. The book vividly portrays the central role cowboys occupy in the beef supply chain. The cowboy's life is filled with challenges and hardships. They must drive cattle for long distances across the vast American West, facing physical, mental, and skill-based challenges. Enduring adverse weather conditions, such as sudden storms and extreme cold, poses significant threats to both the cattle herd and the cowboys themselves. In addition to natural factors, cowboys must also confront challenges posed by diseases and epidemics. Diseases like cattle plague could quickly spread within the cattle herd, severely impacting livestock health and the beef supply chain. Moreover, cowboys often face disputes related to legal and land rights during transportation. These disputes typically involve the use of public pastures and the delineation of private land, leading not only to legal disputes but also potential violent conflicts. Despite facing numerous difficulties, the efforts of cowboys ensure a continuous supply of beef to the market. Their resilience and courage not only support the development of the beef industry but also shape Americans' identification with independence, freedom, and adventurous spirit. Cowboy culture becomes a significant part of American culture, leaving a profound impact. The book's analysis of beef consumption culture is particularly noteworthy. Specht points out that the popularity of beef reflects not only changes in American food consumption habits, but also symbolizes social status and identity. From canned beef to high-end steaks, different social classes' consumption of beef reflects societal class divisions and cultural preferences. In summary, The Red Meat Republic is not just a history book about beef, it is a story about American capitalism, industrialization, and social and cultural transformations. Through an in-depth exploration of the beef industry, Specht reveals how a nation can be shaped economically and culturally by what appears to be an ordinary food. This book holds significant value for understanding American history, society, and culture.